We're starting off with that Andrea Mengucci list from his channel Fireball Guide, mostly because I'm fairly newish to the deck. I don't play it well, and I wanted to start with an article I could read and a sideboard guide I could use as a base to begin with. Don't have a lot to say about the list. I always considered Glorybringers bad in the list, but in the mirror, he specifically writes that he thinks they're very good. So maybe I've been wrong all this time that I've tested it. But I do like the fact that it has 4 visors in it. Or viziers. Vizier? I don't know. Card seems cool. I find it interesting that a lot of the builds have a couple main, yet this build doesn't. This build has a few more removal spells main. That's pretty fast Q to pop tonight. And opponent didn't take it, but it was a fast pop. Alright. Play first. Hand seems reasonable. I have no removal spells, which is something that I always really hate, but we do have a cub. We do have a few powerful spells. Now we have a removal spell. So it seems like we're just versus Stone Sultai here. Which I think they said Sultai was a favorite versus like the 4-color build and stuff, but not a favorite versus the just straight blue. Looks like we're losing yet a lot of frames again. It's kind of interesting. I really want to play the Chandra and Tick Down, but I'm a little afraid of him just having a blossoming defense and then killing my Chandra for free. I feel like I'm going to have to let him get his card here. Decide post-combat what I do, because if he like blocks and uses a blossoming defense or something, we would just allow that. So you can play this thing, which would probably survive, or we can just play this thing. which will definitely survive. They do have Vraska's Contempt, which is kind of a reason that I don't want to play Chandra just to deal 2 damage. I think this plays around Hostage Taker a little bit better as well. Could actually coup to Taker. Left no black mana untapped. So let's see, he can turn this into a 4/4. Which would trade with this at best. Kind of want to just steal a Confiscation Coup and attack with both. Or sorry, Confiscation Coup this and attack with both. He doesn't even have a clean block. Pretty sure I like that best. Makes both of these guys big enough to survive that in combat by a lot. While pressuring his life total the most. Looks like we're dropping a lot of frames again today. I'm not really sure why. I don't have anything on. Sure. I assume he's going to block this one. I don't really feel like he can afford to take 10 damage. Or potential 10 damage. I don't think I want to do 6. I think I'd rather save the mana to protect my guy. I think him being 2 less lives kind of not important. Sure. He has to block the cub or he's dead. Yeah, well, if he's not going to block the cub, just go ahead and make this 8 and kill him with the Chandra. Well, that went pretty swimmingly. Still dropping about 10% of my frames. Alright, so based on Andrea's sideboard guide, he removes these 8 cards, and he brings in most of his blue cards and his extra braid. I think I'm really going to like this card. Probably brings in Chandra too. Seems fine to me. The 2-drops are especially bad versus a Fatal Push deck, especially when we can't protect these. The Visors are just good. I feel like Glorybringer's great in this particular match, where they don't have access to Chandra's Defeat, which is Chandra's Defeat plus Lightning Strike is the main reason that I've never liked Glorybringer in Temur. Just seems like there's way too many post-board answers to it that line up super mana efficiently. But the Sultai doesn't have that. Like, they do have answers to it. They have Vraska's Contempts and things like that, but like they're not super mana efficient answers, and it takes their entire turns. So like having a potential 8 of these in this match seems insanely good. Kind of interested about the Confiscation Coup. I guess it can take Scarab Gods, and you have to have something for Scarab God, but like Blossoming Defense just scares me a lot. This hand looks pretty medium. We don't have any of our removal spells. We don't have any red mana, but I kind of want to keep it just because I kind of want to test out these cards. So we're going to keep this speculative hand, even though I don't think it's a keep. I'm pretty sure I would mulligan this in a live tournament setting. You know, like, I'm keeping it specifically because I'm curious how it plays out. But like their deck's very aggressive, and like if you can't break up their early stuff, you often just lose before you have a chance to even play. Which is one reason that I'm going to kill the Cub right now. They also have access to Blossoming Defense. Visors. Is it Vizier? I'm bad at pronouncing things. Well, there's a card that may not ever get cast. Or JK. May get cast very soon. Vizier. Just feels odd. We'll snap block here. Kinda just want to play the Chandra. Kinda also want to play the Blossoming Defense. Playing the Chandra gives us a play on board with enough mana to guaranteed like steal a Scarab God next turn. So I guess I'm fine with that. Like, doesn't add much to the board, but it gives us our only clean answer while having a play this turn. Because if I just played the Bristling Hydra, which is probably the better card on that board state, like, I wouldn't guarantee to have the mana for the other one next turn. I feel like it's going to be kind of hard for him to beat us with our current hand. Like, this hand's going to be absurd here. Sure. Hello. Actually, just going to play you. Think I want to exert. Feel like I have to exert on it because next turn he would be able to use this, like put a counter on this and kill this if he wanted. It'd take his entire turn, but like we have 2 more Glorybringers in our hand anyway. So I feel like they had a pretty medium draw, but like these games they weren't very close when we got to the mid game. Sure. Okay. Hmm. Guess I can see if he has a blossoming defense. Or I could just not care if he has a blossoming defense. Could just attack him for 4 and play one of these. Feels pretty fine. Oh. Rip, have to tap double blue. Just hostage taker is hostage taker because it's fun. But I don't want a hostage taker as hostage taker. A, for the same reason he could have blossoming defense, and B, if he has an untapped land, he could just taker my visor and then like play it. My vizier. Sorry. Him getting a Glorybringer here doesn't do a whole lot anyway. At least you didn't use the hard R. Can't believe they let teachers say words like that. Well, don't care if he has a blossoming defense this turn. That seems pretty good. Well, we did powerful things. Very, very powerful things. What's the frame rate look like? Still dropping about 10%, but we stayed connected for an entire match, so that feels like a very positive thing. Round 2 coming up. We won the dash row again. Mana's super awkward. Don't think I want to keep this. Alright. This is probably worse, but I guess I'll keep this one. Actually going to leave a random removal spell on top. Not going to play the Shielded Thicket because we're probably going to need an extra card this game. Oh. Instantly kind of happy we kept a raid, but he may not be Godfarrow's Gift. He could just be a procession deck. Opponent's 3-0. Oh, he could be that deck. That deck supposedly beats us pretty hard. I think I'm actually going to cast a Thicket this time. Yeah, that deck supposedly beats us pretty hard. It's pretty fun to play. We did a stream on it a few days ago if anybody wants to look at the YouTube videos or past broadcasts. Little Death Touch dude. Guess I can offer him the life of the Lone Tusk Cub. It's not like the Lone Tusk Cub gets better with that in play. And he is a go wide strategy, so. Could have waited and looked for a removal spell as well, but like, they're a blossoming defense deck, so I don't know how much I trust finding a removal spell. I just want to start attacking with the Hydra next turn anyway. I don't know. Wasting the Lone Tusk up there could have been bad. Pretty sure we have to draw Glorybringers to win this match in general. Okay. So this is not the Edel build of it then. What if it's just like green-white Pummeler or something? Hey George, what's up, man? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. You guys off break on break yet, or do you have school this week? Some people would say I'm streaming late. Some people would say I'm streaming early. This is technically Tuesday. It's a good card. Well, at some point we may stop drawing lands. Nice. Having the entire week off is pretty sweet. Alright, so I guess he's going to double block this one now. Oh, he's just going to kill this one. Eh. Could have been worse. Could have made a token there, but I still want to like leave some mana up for the one guy, I guess. I feel like we're really far behind right now. Like we're really hoping to draw a Glorybringer. Hello, Glory. Nice, nice. Hope you have a fun trip. Skyship's going to be problematic. In fact, Skyship comes pretty close to just doing it here. JK. So I guess he's looking for just basically any creature right here to feel pretty good. This guy gets to attack next turn, which is kind of nice. Another Glorybringer would probably lock it up. Oh, did he hit a larger than life? Alright, well, we're just dead anyway, then. Alright, well, we're dead. We take 8. That's unfortunate. I feel like he hit that. I don't think he had that. No, we would hit the Glorybringer, too. Oh, well. So, what seems good in this match? Braid seems great. Appetite seems pretty good. Don't know about you. He didn't show me anything I really wanted to steal, did he? Or, sorry, copy. Obviously, things I want to steal with Confiscation Goo. He didn't really show me many things that I wanted to use like a Harness Lightning on. In fact, I don't think he showed me anything I want to use a Harness Lightning on. I guess the Skyship, was that it? Yeah, I'm just going to run it like this. I actually want these in on the draw, or on the post-board game, I think. I don't know. I guess he's probably a Fumigate deck. Maybe I should have brought the negate thingies in. Well, we're mulliganing again, and we're mulliganing. Alright, down to 4 cards. We'll keep. I guess I'll put that on bottom. This is unfortunate. I didn't feel horrible about this match, but mulligan game 1 and mulligan game 2 a bunch. What open and where are you going? I don't believe that card is remotely playable in Modern. So I don't think you have to find it. You want to find it. Oh, snap. Ray and his opinions. Yeah, if he's got a something, that's fine. Don't care if he saves this thing. My card's kind of cool. I do hate Modern, but it doesn't mean that I don't know a lot about it. I have a firm opinion that decks that don't beat certain decks aren't playable, and the Colonnade decks don't beat Storm, for example. Nothing we can really do about that guy. I guess we'll try to play another turn. If he uses a like Blossoming Defense or a Pump spell to save that guy, we'll probably just pick him up. Also, don't believe those decks beat Eldrazi Tron, which I think is a terrible deck as well. but way overplayed. They don't beat Coco decks. You can say that about any matchup in Magic, but when I make a blanket statement like that, it's assuming both people are on equal skill and that both people are playing reasonable lists. The opponent doesn't seem to be doing anything. Probably be flipping a Legion's Landing soon. Goes down more in play or in price? Chalices have to get reprinted really for it to go down in price, right? So I don't care about those cards. You just want to flip a Danto that bad? I do think he's a Fumigate deck, so. Not the biggest fan of the deck either. Think it's a very bad deck as well. Again, doesn't beat Storm. Just probably Storm and Grixis Death Shadow are the two best paper modern decks, so I'm pretty against decks that don't beat them. I actually feel like this game is a game that could still be won. Not sure if it could still be won. It's fine and it's like medium in Legacy, but people not playing Force of Will in Legacy are people that aren't really trying to win. Yeah, Coco's favored versus Death Shadow. That doesn't mean that Death Shadow's not better versus an entire field. Like, comparatively, heads up, Coco beats Death Shadow. Alright, well, that's game. GG. No, don't think those are your hard matchups. I would be shocked if I lost consistently versus blue, white, red with Coco. I consider that one of my best matchups. I don't consider Burn that hard of a matchup either. I find it like 50-50, but I don't find it hard. Storm's close to unlosable unless you make your sideboard. Or, sorry, Storm's close to unwinnable unless you do so much to your sideboard that you hurt your other matches. Which is one of the reasons I don't Coco anymore. Or wouldn't Coco anymore. Well, you literally just posted above, my sideboard hates on Storm hard. So you're probably removing the cards that makes the blue, white, red match a buy. Because there's only so much room in that sideboard, and there's like 21-ish cards that already should go into sideboard. So like, adding extra cards versus matchups means you're losing value somewhere. Like, it has to come from somewhere. Hey man, what is up? How are you doing today? Hey, another mulligan. I guess we'll keep this one. Had the mulligan in our last 3 games. I guess I'll keep that too. So I get a mountain. There's more double red than double blue. Excuse me. Oh wow. So this guy's not even. I was assuming when I saw this land, like Mardu immediately come to my mind, and it's clearly not Mardu. It's like some Bruce Bruhoo. So our opponent could be playing anything. I have 3 colonnades that you're welcome to borrow, by the way. Just have to find a way to come obtain them from me. That's weird. It's 2 rounds in a row that we've saw this card. I'd never even read it before last round. I think I'm just going to let it hit me. I don't think I care about it hitting me one time. Yeah, I have 3. One of them isn't English, though. It's like Chinese or something. 2 are English. If it's under $50, it's pretty safe to say I probably own it in Modern. I do plan on going to Friday Night Magic at Page 3 this week. They're having a nice Black Friday sale too. You should go check out their Facebook page to get details. Don't cause abilities to trigger. That's a pretty sweet card as well. Wait, what? He lightning struck the one I didn't care about. Happy days. Glory to be brung to the horde. Kill this one that attacks for a bunch. I'm actually pretty happy about that as well. That's one of the cards I didn't have, to be honest. I think I only had 2. I sold them when they were like, when they'd spiked to 15 for a little while or something, and I never bothered to get them back. I think I picked 2 up randomly when they were in a showcase or something. I don't play a whole lot of Modern, though. I do watch a decent amount of it, though, because I think it's a fun format. I just don't like it on the competitive side. Well, I had planned on just like using this in one of my 2-drops, but I guess I'm just going to slam another Glorybringer. We still have tons of gas in our hand, even if he is a Fumigate deck and he's like 2 mana away from Fumigate. I mean, I don't really care too much about him either. It doesn't bother me a whole lot. I'm a pretty big fan of Legacy. I wish you didn't have to play a blue deck in Legacy to be playing a tier 1 deck. Sure, you can play non-blue decks in Legacy. Oh wow, we got hit for a bunch. But like, they're just not as good as the other decks. Hmm. So what do you do? 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player. Well then. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this. I think I'm going to kill this so I don't have to worry about it. Oh god, I've done that in a bad order. Rip. That was stupid of me. Wow, I'm so bad. I am so very, very bad. Tilt. I deserve to lose. I guess since I made that mistake, I'm going to do this. That way I can conserve enough energy to make a blocker. Wow, I'm so bad. I cost myself 3 energy and a Fopter. I even said that I needed to do that I'd planned on using the lightning harness and then playing a 3-drop. And then when it come around to doing it, I did it messed up because I'm not great. It did in fact suck. I agree. Luckily, he needs a pretty powerful card for it to even matter, but it did suck. The thing that made it suck more than it just sucking was that I literally had mentioned a turn before that I had originally planned to use Harness Lightning, then play a 3-drop. And then I didn't do it. So, like, some kind of little red, white... I'm not going to cut myself. It was pretty miserable, though. I guess he's got stuff. I didn't see anything that I wanted to vizier. Didn't really see anything I want to confiscation coup either. Just try this, I guess. Why is it like that? Huh. I think I'll keep. We're on to draw and we get 2 draw steps. To hit a land. Feel pretty good about our chances if we hit on either of those draw steps. Hey, Jabber. Thank you for the follow, man. We are able to embarrass ourselves by one of the famous Moto people now, who just recently qualified for the Pro Tour. Sup, man? I hope you didn't get to see my exceptionally bad sequencing the turn before. Congratulations, by the way, on the Pro Tour. And the MOCS. I guess not just the Pro Tour, but... Let's go get us a mountain. I'm glad you missed it. I didn't want to embarrass myself. An abandoned kitty cat. An adorned kitty cat. I don't know why I always call that abandoned kitty cat. Yeah. What a chump blocker. I don't feel like I want to take damage. He's already showed us like he's got enchantments and stuff to play on these cards, so I'm going to go ahead and play this to get one of the little dudes in case he's... to get a little Fopter to block it in case he does have one of the enchantments to make it real large. So we plan on killing it next turn in some manner. I keep wanting to try your blue-black deck, but I'm so cheap and I don't want to buy that many Scarab Gods. How many Scarab Gods did you buy before they started going up? I feel like you cashed in because I remember you cashed in on Chandra's pretty hard. I don't mind to take 2 damage. I just didn't want him to put an enchantment on that or something and us take like 8 out of nowhere. But 2 doesn't bother me at all. Especially when we're casting, probably going to cast a Chandra and tick it up for mana. I hate Temur mirrors. That's the reason I'm looking for anything else. Like, I don't even care if it breaks the format. I just hate Temur mirrors. Temur mirrors are so annoying to me. I can't stand them. Oh gosh. I picked up 3 of them when they were still like 350 or whatever, but not because of that deck, of course. Like, I wasn't thinking of that deck. I didn't actually think they would ever go up to what they went up to. Like, it kind of blew my mind that they did. Just want to press F6. That's why I'm casting everything pre-combat. But I sold them when they were high, and then I cashed the ticks out to paper sets, so like I don't want to rebuy them. Like redeemed 4 sets of Ixalan. I think we redeemed 25 sets of Ixalan altogether for eBay. Yeah, you made more than your money off that card, though. I am absolutely positive of it. I wonder if opponent's playing like Settle to Wreckage. What is this? Damage can't be prevented, so nothing. Doesn't do anything from that side? Yeah. Oh, opponent's playing some kind of brew, but like he didn't get this Adorned Pouncer back, so I don't know. Maybe he's trying to fumigate me. I don't really value my energy at all, though, so I'll just go ahead and slap him. If he fumigates me, I'm going to get a Chandra ultimate, so I guess I'm not that worried about it. You do run into a brew occasionally when you play friendlies. But still feel like I have to play the friendlies because of the YouTube posts. You know, I don't really care about that. It's going to do the 2 damage to me even if I kill it. Still kind of dead. Post? P-O-S-T? I'm not sure what you mean, George. There's another Chandra. Oh, because I like having I like how I could have pumped this up, but like I'm not even paying attention. Like I'm mentally checked out of this game. Literally could have pumped that up, but I am absolutely mentally checked out of this game. And this still works, but I could have definitely done that in a much better way. Um, when it comes to the YouTube videos, I like to post exactly 5 games or 5 matches rather. And every now and then, when you're playing like competitive leagues, like you don't always do well. Sometimes you 1-3, sometimes you 0-3, stuff like that. So it feels like I ruin a video every time that I play one of those events and do that. But I don't know. Some people, you could say, you just play 2 more matches of the next league, but where I'm using a Mana Traders account, I don't like locking the cards because generally when I'm done streaming, I'm going for like dinner or something like that. So I'd be like locking, that amount of cards for a long time and like spending the hours. By the way, for anybody that's in chat that cares, this is the Andrea Mangucci build of the deck that he has on Channel Fireball. It's got a pretty good article written about it. I don't agree with all of his conclusions, but I still figured we'd start here since I'm trying to force myself to play Temur even though I don't want to. I don't want to play Temur at all. I feel like a kid. I feel like a kid that's being forced to take his cough medicine when I play Temur. And like I don't think the deck's bad. I just don't enjoy the mirrors, especially don't enjoy the mirrors. I'm a pretty big fan of Hydra. I was actually surprised that he'd cut down to 3 Hydras instead of the 4th. Man, as much as I saw Misplaced Ginger drop when he was 0-1, it's hard for me to justify playing more. I'll keep this hand. Seems reasonable enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not denying that it's the best deck. It is very, very unlikely to not be the best deck. I actually even think the versions without black are probably better than the versions with black, but I think just straight Temur's probably the best deck, but it's just not up my alley. I don't know why. I don't mind it when I'm playing versus non-Temur decks. I really don't like the mirror. I feel like in the mirror, it's so tempo orientated that like the guy who gets ahead generally always wins, and I don't think the deck's consistent enough to always try to get ahead. Just don't think the deck. I don't like playing mirror matches that don't play from behind well. Is what I'm trying to say. Mirror matches never bothered me. Like even the Marvel mirror, unless you like spiked an Ulamog and killed 2 lands on turn 4 or something like that, you'd always still be able to at least play the game. I don't like the matches where it feels like you often don't get to play the game. I guess I'm just going to slam one of these. I guess I don't really care if it dies. So he's got a forest. That means he's obviously got some kind of like random burn spell. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it was just a magma spray. Who knows? Hey, Murphman. Thanks for the 5 bits. Appreciate it. But like old Cobblade, there was a lot of play to it. You could get behind and still win. So I don't think they're like very close to the same thing. Just don't like the matches where it feels like you can't play from behind. I'm going to attack with this and hope he goes for some kind of greedy block, but he probably won't. If he doesn't block, I'm probably just going to bank the energy. I don't think I'm going to... Oh, well, never mind. Well, he did in fact do it. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't do that. Or, I mean, I was kind of hoping he would do that, rather. I didn't expect him to actually do it, but... I expected I was just getting 2 energy there. I don't know, I value Whirler Virtuoso pretty high in the mirror. But then again, as we've established, I'm not very good in the mirror, so what do I know? I do know that I feel pretty far ahead right now. Well, I guess I was more talking about after they banned Jace. Yeah, I'm willing to kill your guy. Still have enough energy to protect my Hydra from a Glorybringer. Still have enough energy to protect my Cub from a Glorybringer. Tap the 2 blue first, so it's Confiscation Coup for sure. It's got a lot of energy. Whee! I don't feel like I'm really making many decisions. Own Glorybringer. Have more double red than double blue in the deck in general. Guess the land doesn't even matter since I can't really bluff anything. So you can make this a 5. I can make this a 5, so he doesn't. So he's going to be blocking this. It's fine to pump that once. I want to put him in lethal to where, like, if we draw a Glorybringer, it's still potentially lethal. Still got a lot of cards in his hand, though. I don't know why I've not dismissed this yet. Is he going to Confiscation Coup this guy just to have a blocker? Oh no, he's going to Vizier. It's fine, it doesn't block well. Does get to come back the following turn and block well, though. I guess it blocks fine. So Chandra's lethal. Glorybringers are lethal. Yeah, lets me pump it up twice, I guess, and put 2 lethal threats on the board. So it lets me have 3 things that can win? Okay. I guess he can't kill 3 things. Yay, we did it, fam. We won game 1 of Amir. Alright, so we definitely want all of these. Feel like we want these as well. Which is one of the reasons I personally hate Glorybringer here, but he loves Glorybringer, and we're using his deck, so we'll use his sideboard guide. He also brings in these. He takes out all of the 2-drops and a Hydra. I actually kind of value the Hydra fairly decently in this match. So it's kind of odd to me. I don't value the Magma Spray very high at all, and I value the Chandra decently. I guess Chandra's really bad when you're behind, right? Like, Chandra has to be super bad when you're behind. But yeah, in general, this is how Mr. Andrea sideboards, so we'll just keep trying what he does. He claims to be favored in the mirror by a lot. Let us hope that he's right. I want to try the Yuya build. I never really like cutting the Servant Adder, but I guess he expects to go long, and they're kind of like a medium draw long. I guess we'll keep it. It's not very good, but we have a scry. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Cub in this match. I don't think it lines up very well with Lightning Harness at all. Or Harness Lightning. I like how I've already forgot what the card's name is, and I'm literally casting it. I think it's Lightning Harness. I really need to buy more English cards so I can remember what they are called. I actually really like this little change here. When you first posted that they done this, and I thought he got to see this, I got so angry. That card's pretty good. Hey, we have all of our colors. I guess if we have a Supreme Will, maybe we're supposed to hold up Supreme Will? Maybe not. Counterspelling a 4-drop doesn't seem particularly great. Killing a 4-drop doesn't seem great. Or countering a 4-drop doesn't seem great, unless it's Chandra. Feel like we can do better with the Supreme Will later. Hey, Blade Ogre, what's up, man? I thought you were going, logging offline and, like, going to, like, play Xbox or something. Forget 100% what you said you were going to do. I think you said Xbox. Yeah, this deck does become super expensive. I don't like the Glory Bringers in this match. I don't like bringing Glory Bringers in versus any deck that can spend 1 mana or 2 mana and just kill them. Like, in the past, I've always sideboarded out almost all of my Glory Bringers. Are you off work for the whole week, Matt? Or are you just off work for a little bit? I guess we'll play it. I've kind of never really have been a fan of these Supreme Wills either, because I feel like I'm tapping out on, like, turns 3 through, like, 6 pretty often. If I draw a land, I'm probably casting Glorybringer. So we had like 1 turn to cast a Supreme Will, really. But Huey and them love them. But then Huey and them were bringing in a Glimmer, a Supreme Will. They had Essence Scatters. They were bringing in Gearhulks. They were just playing a different deck. He's got 12 mana, so that can be an 8. Kind of want to block it with everything. It feels real bad. He gets completely blown out too if he has a Chandra to defeat. Don't think I can take 8 damage though. Especially when he's ahead on both energy and he'd be on ahead in mana, energy, and everything in that regard. So we're just crossing our fingers and hoping he doesn't have a Chandra's defeat right now. Huh. I like Glimmer versus Temur as well. I only cut the I only play Hieroglyphs when I'm expecting a lot of red decks because I think Glimmer's bad versus the mono red decks. I don't really even have any options of plays. Like, I can only play what I can play. I wonder if we're going to be using the Supreme Will as an impulse. Probably not. We're probably going to try to like counter a play on his turn and then coup the Whirler. I assume that's how we're going to try to play this game out. Oh, we didn't get to counterspell anything. Karate chop. That could have worked out worse. Definitely could have worked out worse. It looks like our opponent's flooding a little bit. I think I'm going to save energy for this still. Okay, that's an odd concession. I guess both cards in his hand were still lands. Or sorry, I guess the last card in his hand was a land still. I don't know. That seems like a real odd concession to me, but I'll take it. That locks up a pity chest. they're not bad. We had a really weird concession last round or last night too. Like I was still several turns. I played Drakehaven last night, and I was versus Blue versus Approach in a match, and like he scooped to basically me just flipping a search for Ascanta. He was just done. He didn't want to play anymore. And like, don't get me wrong, me flipping a search for Ascanta makes me a massive favorite, but like, I had no pressure, I had no clock. My deck doesn't run a lot of counter spells. It's not inconceivable to me that like he could flip his own or like just like resolve some or frig, I can't talk. Resolve some approaches or something. It's just like a really weird. I think this hand's a keep as well. I think this hand's actually the best hand we've had tonight. Have you been playing a whole lot? I have been cutting back my play quite a bit. I gotta be honest, I don't really love this standard format. So I read somebody's article the other day that told you that said what two drops to kill and what two drops not to kill. I don't remember who wrote it, but that they specifically said not to bother killing Winding Constrictor, which I think is kind of odd. Like they said to specifically not kill this card. And I don't know why I wouldn't. I don't know why I wouldn't kill this card if I could. So I'm just gonna go with my gut and kill it. I actually gonna save the Harness Lightning because they're Jund or the 4-color build, so. Could be playing. I'm not exactly sure. So I feel like I need to try to kill this too. If they have a Blossoming defense, I'm gonna be pretty sad. But yeah, I don't remember who wrote it, but they basically said to save all your removal for glints and long tusk cubs. Hey, a woo! Ha. Appreciate the follow, man. I hope I said your name right. Kind of want to play this guy. I want to try to find a land. Did you do a whole lot of testing? Like, did you have a team or anything you tested with when you were preparing for that? Big money, one time, give us a land. Hey, you were in fact the land. I kind of want a confiscation coup that. Because he could just have harness lightning or something and this wouldn't work. Eh, whatever. Let's see if we can draw cards. Sure. I know Ace and Deuce had mentioned to me that you guys tested a little. I just wasn't sure if your testing was like you like sat down with somebody and played a set number of like matches with certain decks, or whether you just fired up events. I find myself anytime I want to test right now, I just fire up events, and I don't know how much that prepares me. I think I'm just going to make these and start putting on pressure. Oh, by the way, hey Basis, what's up, man? Yeah, I was kind of hoping he would write an article on his teamer list. Because his teamer list looks pretty nice. Yuya's teamer list looked really nice to me as well. The one from Grand Prix Shanghai, maybe? I kind of got addicted to League of Legends again, and I've been neglecting Magic. There's a PPTQ locally in about 2 weeks, though, and I kind of want to prepare for it. But, I don't know. I don't want to play Teamer. I don't really want to go playing a PPTQ without Teamer. I think I'm just going to sideboard how I have sideboarded versus every other one of these Teamer lists. I'm going to bring in the extra removal spell. Since he's got glints and all that early stuff. Hey, Flame Guts, what's up, man? Long time no see. And by long time no see, I mean I think it's been like 2 days. Basis is mainly because I don't enjoy the deck. Like, I'm not saying the deck's bad. I'm saying I don't enjoy it. And if I don't enjoy it, it kind of like ruins the entire day for me. I also feel like if I'm not having fun, that like it's harder for me to concentrate, and that I don't do as well in general. Like I feel like my play suffers when I'm not having fun. I think we'll keep this hand even though there's not a removal spell. Keeping a no removal spell versus the Winding Constrictor build of the deck is probably greedy, but He seems like a nice guy. He stops by every now and then and like generally makes fun of me, and I can't blame him. Like I truly believe it is the best deck, but like I said, I just don't play well, man. It especially mirrors like I feel myself like even you should see some of the bad plays I've made today. Oh yeah, I forgot Lars had qualified as well. Man, everybody sweet qualified. Everybody sweet qualified. That's really cool. Is it wrong of me to just want to hold up a Supreme Wheel here? Kind of really want to hold up a Supreme Wheel. I feel like he's got to start casting something, and worst case, I can just Supreme Wheel to try to find another land. He's going to cast something, and I'm probably going to want to counterspell it. Rip. Wanted to land this turn. Thinking about just running back the same play that I did. And holding up another Supreme Wheel. But now I feel like I'm getting kind of far behind where I'm missing land drops. It's one of the reasons I don't really like Supreme Will, though. 24 hours. Oh my god. I don't know if I could do that. I don't like driving an hour for an event. That was stupid. Shouldn't have played that. Should have played Rogue Refiner first, because I might have drawn to come into play tap land. I didn't, but I still should have. It turned out being the same, but it was still a pretty large mistake. How greedy am I? Nah, whatever. Uh, I've always kind of wanted to go to a PT, but not because I want to play in a PT, just because I want to meet people that I've met online or that I've followed online. I think it'd be sweet to go meet people. He sideboarded in Swelter. That's kind of good to know, I guess. That's a Chandra. Another Swelter. Means there's probably not one in his hand. Yeah, that is really nice. I think I'm just going to play a Whirler Virtuoso so I can start pressuring this. I assume he has a removal spell. I think it'd be hard for me to RPTQ in. One of the we only get one PTQ a season if we're lucky in this area, and like I actually don't think I'm good enough to qualify from an online RPTQ. I think I'd have to go to a paper one, and the closest paper one to me is like 6.5 hours. The area's pretty soft here as opposed to like making the top eight, but the top eight, there's generally like 2 or 3 heavy hitters in every top eight. The Swiss portion of it's generally pretty soft, but the online RPTQs are definitely not soft. And I live so far from a paper RPTQ. Opponent has double mountain in his deck. So he's playing like a lot of double red cards. He's got Diswelder and Deshandra, multiple of each. I don't know why I'm anal. I have to close that. I feel like attacking Chandra won't kill Chandra here. I feel like he's going to have a removal spell. Looks like he's not, though. How many RPTQs have you played in total? Our hand's pretty great. He's tapping. Using our own confiscation coup? Sure. I want to take it back. I'm not going to. Let's see. Blue, green, random colorless. Yeah, it feels like a big grind. I guess, given enough of a sample size, most average players can qualify. It's just doing it on a small sample size is the long shot. I think I fall right into the average line. I think there was a point at Magic that I was actually pretty decent at it, but as my local scene has dwindled and my interest in playing online has gotten worse, I feel like I've gotten much worse. I don't care that he has that Glory Bringer, but maybe I should have. Think I can just win with Bristling Hydras? Yeah, I remember you come by one time when I was, I think, 7-1 in an Ilmo CS playing a green black rock back in Modern back in the day. That's where we first met. I remember it and cherish it dearly, sir. uh, that card's pretty good here, isn't it? Huh. So this isn't going to untap. Yeah, it was pretty. I punted too. I didn't know Hibernation was even a legal card, and a Merfolk deck absolutely wrecked me with Hibernation. I don't like how I played this turn. I shouldn't have played that island, and I shouldn't have played the tune. Should have decided what I was going to do prior to that. Oh yeah, it was that long ago. Excuse me. If I'm not mistaken, I think I was playing your list, Jabber. Or like an approximation of it. Because you and Batu Wintha, I can't pronounce names, I apologize. You guys were my favorite people to steal lists from back in the day. Spoiler, you guys still are. It might have been his list, I'm not sure. But yeah, you guys were my favorite people to steal lists from back then. Jundin Standard, wow, that was a long time ago. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make that a 4/4. I guess he has to block one of these or he's dead. 4, 8. He has to block one of those or he's dead if we play anything else that produces energy. So 5 plus 8 is 13. So I guess we'll try that. Then figure out what we're doing post combat. Assume he's chump blocking something. And then like killing the Rogue Refiner and that we're going to use the Confiscation Coup on the Glorybringer. This is my assumption of what's happening this turn. Oh. Sure. 4 score and 7 years ago. Wild Speaker for the overrun. Sounds like a good memory. I think they should broadcast all those things. I think people would love to watch those things. I think it's safe to do another, but I'm not going to. Sure. So he's going to do 2 damage to me here. I remember when I used to go back and watch the replays all the time, and then they even took those away from us. Uh-oh. Rip. So he is playing Blossoming Defense after all of this. So we're dead to another Walking Ballista? We We saved enough energy that Outer Hydra is actually lethal, though, so he has to have something. But our opponent's not played anything relevant this game. Like, he played a ton of spells and cycled a ton of spells, but they weren't particularly good. Oh, well. We got the lucky 4-1. What did we lose to? I don't even remember what we lost to. We beat a Brew, a Temur Energy deck, a Jund Energy deck, a Sultai Energy deck, and we lost to a take on Willie Edel's Green-White deck, which is actually a pretty fun list. But for anybody who cares, this article, the article with the sideboard guide and this deck list is Andrea Mangucci's on the Channel Fireball website. But I think that's going to be it for us tonight. It is going on 2 a.m. here. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I appreciate the new follows. You need to start streaming, Lars. Why don't you stream? Let's see if I can find anybody to host real quick that's actually still playing Standard. The answer looks like no. Wait, yes. Chris is playing a brew. I guess we'll host Chris. That's fair. That's fair. I'm kind of weird. I don't like playing games by myself online. I like playing like League of Legends or something of that nature, and like being in Skype or Discord or whatever of a bunch of friends. So like when it comes to playing Magic, I love Magic as a game, but I just hate setting on my computer by myself. So I feel like I want to just like, you know, pull my fingernails out. So like streaming gives me people to talk to, which makes me enjoy it a lot. Flame Gus, I've not actually read the spoilers very much, but I remember back in the day, like when the first Unglued come out, we had an Arena League that was unglued because Wizards used to do sweet things like Arena Leagues back in the day, and it was pretty fun. It's like real casual and stuff, and it's pretty fun. I think it's kind of neat now that they've put a third one together and you can like draft all three of them if that's your thing. I'm not super interested in it, but like I do think it's cool. And especially when I was, you know, a teenager, I really, really loved them. But I might play one or two just for the nostalgia sake of it. But I don't know. I've not really read the spoilers. I think I've read like 4 spoilers or whatever that's been posted in my group chat or whatever. And my favorite one that I've read so far was I don't remember what it's called, but it was like extremely slow zombie or whatever. And like it attacks last. I thought the flavor of that card was hilarious. I will say that I am not impressed by the new lands. I was hoping for cool lands, but it's a great artist, but I don't like the no border on them. It makes them look awkward to me. But anyway, take care, everybody, and as usual, I'll be back tomorrow because we're still trying this, 365 thing. And I'll be posting, what am I posting? A Drakehaven video on YouTube a little later tonight. But take care, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Good catching up.